Hello everybody, and welcome to day 4 of TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber event. This is the Shy Hat, and today we're going to be working through the day 4 challenge. It's going to be a fun one. So let's jump in to everybody who is here but doesn't know exactly where we are. Let me just drop a link in the chat for you all. So to participate in the event, of course, you're going to need a tryhackme.com valid user account, but I'm assuming that most people here already have one of those. So let's move on down to task 10, which is day 4. It's another brute forcing exercise for password attacks. And the task is called, Baby, It's Cold Outside. All right, so for this particular exercise, we're going to need to start our VM machine over here. So we can click on the start machine button right here. And we're also going to need to use the attack box. So we can go up to the top of the web page and we can click on the start attack box button over here. So that's going to split the web browser window into 2 panes, with the left pane having the TryHackMe webpage and the right hand side of the pane having the attack box virtual machine. The attack box is a virtual machine with cybersecurity tools pre-installed onto it, and we're going to be using that to access the machine that we're going to be attacking today. So while we're waiting for this virtual machine to initialize, we'll just go up to the top of the task over here. Okay, so what are our learning objectives for the day? We're going to be learning about the Cool program. So what is Cool? What are the capabilities of Cool? How do we leverage Cool to generate a custom word list from a website? And lastly, how do we customize the tool's output for specific tasks? Okay, so overview. Cool, pronounced Cool, is a custom word list generator tool that spiders websites to create word lists based on that site's content. Spidering, in the context of web security and penetration testing, refers to the process of automatically navigating and cataloging a website's content, often to retrieve the site structure, content, and other relevant details. This capability makes Cool especially valuable to penetration testers aiming to brute force login pages or uncover hidden directories using organization-specific terminology. Beyond simple word list generation, Cool can also compile a list of email addresses or usernames identified in team members' page links. Such data can serve as potential usernames in brute force operations. Okay, so now we see that our attack box virtual machine has finished initializing. So we can click here on the terminal and press enter to dismiss it, and then we can take this machine and we can put it in its own web browser tab by clicking on the button over here. View in full screen. So it's at the bottom of the web browser window, in the middle over here. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to put the attack box VM into full screen, which is convenient for us because we don't want to have to look at the squished up view when it's split up. So we go back to our original web browser tab, and then we can click on the button here, which is Exit Split View, which is located at the bottom, and we can click that, and then our original web page can be viewed in full screen as well. Okay, so connected to the machine. Before moving forward, we're going to review the questions in the connection card seen below. Do we need to start the attack box today? Yes. Do we need to start a VM today? Yes. Is there a split screen available? No. Is there a direct link available? No. Am I given credentials to connect directly to the VM via RDP, VNC, or SSH? No. Okay, so let's skip over to here. How to use cool. Okay, in the terminal, we're going to type cool-h to see a list of all options it accepts, complete with their descriptions. Well, we don't need to do that because we see a screenshot of that output over here. So cool, and then a list of the different options we can use with the program. We don't need to necessarily understand everything here right now, but we do understand that this provides a full list of options to further customize our word list generation process. If cool is not installed in your VM, you may install it by using the command sudo apt-get install cool-y. Okay, so to generate a basic word list from the website, we're going to use the following command. All right, so here it conveniently uses the IP address for the victim virtual machine IP address over here, and it's plugged it into this command output. So we can copy this and then use the keyboard shortcut Control-C, and then we can go to the attack box and we can open up a terminal with one of 3 different buttons. We can use this button over here, we can use this button over here, or we can use this button over here. So I'm going to click on this to open up a terminal. And we need to use a terminal because cool is a command line interface program. Okay, so I'm going to make this nice and big so we can see it. And then we're going to paste in the command that we copied from the web page using the Control-Shift-V keyboard shortcut. It's not just Shift-V because we're using a Linux terminal, and Linux terminals in particular require Control-Shift-V to paste anything from the clipboard. Control-Shift-V. Okay, and then we press enter to. Okay, so cool has retrieved a list of words from the website. We see that all these words over here are words that we can find on that website. So if we open up a Firefox window, which we can do by clicking on this tab right here. Sorry, this shortcut button right here. Then we can navigate over to that website by clicking on the IP address here and then going back to the browser in the attack box and pasting in that IP address. Okay, so these kind of words connecting art, nature, and passion in extreme environments, this can be found in the terminal output over here, and a bunch of other words that the cool command has scraped from the website that we just visited there. Okay, all right, so to save the word list generated to a file, you can use the command below. So it's the same command, except that we use a -w and then the name of the file we want to output to. In this example, it's output.txt. So why are we using this cool program? Cool is a word list generator that is unique compared to other tools available. While many tools rely on predefined lists or common directory attacks, cool creates custom word lists based on web page content. Here is why cool stands out. Number 1, target specific word lists. Cool crafts word lists specifically from the contents of a targeted website. That means that the generated list is inherently tailored to the vocabulary and terminology used on that site. Such custom lists can increase the efficiency of brute forcing attacks. Number 2, depth of search. Cool can spider a website to a specified depth, thereby extracting words from not just one page, but from linked pages up to the set depth. Number 3, customizable outputs. Cool provides various options to fine-tune the word list, such as setting a minimum word length, removing numbers, and including meta tags. This level of customization can be advantageous for targeting specific types of credentials or vulnerabilities. Number 4, built-in features. While its primary purpose is word list generation, Cool includes functionalities such as username enumeration from author meta tags and email extraction. Number 5, efficiency. Given its customizability, Cool can often generate shorter but more relevant word lists than generic ones, making password attacks quicker and more precise. Number 6, integration with other tools. Being command line based, Cool can be integrated seamlessly into automated workflows, and its outputs can be directly fed into other cybersecurity tools. Number 7, actively maintained. Cool is actively maintained and updated. This means it stays relevant and compatible with contemporary security needs and challenges. In conclusion, while there are many word list generators out there, Cool offers a distinct approach by crafting lists based on its target's own content. This can often provide a strategic edge in penetration testing scenarios. How to customize the output for specific tasks. Cool provides a lot of options that allow you to tailor your word list to allow you to tailor the word list to your needs. Okay, so number 1, specify spidering depth. The -D option allows you to set how deep Cool should spider. For example, to spider two links deep, we'd use this output right here with the specific -D equals to the number of layers you want to spider, in this case 2. Number 2, set minimum and maximum word length. Use the -M and -X options respectively. For instance, to get words between 5 and 10 characters, we would use this output right here with the minimum, with the -M indicating the minimum as 5 and the -X as the maximum being 10. Number 3, handle authentication. If the target site is behind a login, you can use the -A flag for form-based authentication. Number 4, custom extensions. The -- with numbers option will append numbers to words, and using the -- extension option allows you to append custom extensions to each word, making it useful for directory or file brute forcing. Number 5, follow external links. By default, Cool doesn't spider external sites, but by using the -- offsite option allows you to do so. Okay, so we've come up to our practical challenge in today's exercise. To put our theoretical knowledge into practice, we'll attempt to gain access to a portal located at this website right here. So what we can do is we can copy this. The IP address is going to be different for each instance, so this is not the IP address that you're necessarily going to have. Please copy from the web page. Okay, copy that, and then go to your attack box, Firefox browser, and then paste it in. So this is a login page for some company. Let's make this a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Okay, so we can type in a username and password here. So test, and then submit. Okay, so it says please enter the correct credentials. So that's the error message we get when we enter incorrect credentials. And let's go back to our TryHackMe webpage. Your goal for this task is to find valid login credentials in the login portal. You might want to follow the step-by-step tutorial below as a guide. Number 1, first we're going to create a password list using Cool. Okay, so we're going to use the Antarcticraft's homepage to generate a word list that could potentially hold the key to the portal. So we can see here that we're going to try to make a list of potential passwords using this command right here. So we can highlight this, and then we can copy it with Control-C, And then we can go to our attack box. We're going to minimize the web browser. And then inside of the terminal here, we're going to use, we're going to paste it in using Control-Shift-V. Okay, so what does this command do? So it's cool, that's the name of the command. And then -D2 is the depth. So it's going to spider all of the web pages to a depth of 2 web pages with -M5, a minimum word length of 5. And we're going to output it to -W, passwords.txt. So after this is finished, it'll create a file called passwords.txt with all of the words in the list, all the words that it finds that are crawled from those web pages. And the target is next. This is this particular website right here, which is HTTP and this IP address. And the last option right here with numbers means that it's going to, I think it means that it's going to omit any, it's going to add numbers to to any words that it finds, or it's going to remove numbers. I'm not completely sure, but we're going to run the command, and we can look at the directory contents, and we have the passwords.txt list that it created. If we read it with the cat command, we see that we have a list of potential passwords. Okay? So, we're going to go back to the TryHackMe webpage. So, we're going to go to number 2, create a username list using Cool. Okay, we're going to use the Antarcticraft's team members page to generate a word list that can potentially contain the usernames of the employees. All right, so here we've got a convenient command right here. We're going to copy that. And we're going to go back to our attack box and paste in the command into the terminal with the Control-Shift-V. So, cool. Well, let's go over what the command is going to do. Cool, and then -D0, which means it's going to only crawl that specific page. It's not going to go to any other web pages that are linked on that page. -M means there's going to be a minimum of 5 characters in the words it scrapes up. -W is the output file, usernames.txt, followed by the page we're going to spider. We're going to crawl. It's the -team.php page on that website, and the -- lowercase. This particular flag is going to make sure that all of the words that are put into the list are going to be all lowercase letters. All right, so let's run the command, and then we list out the contents. So, okay, we have our usernames.txt file over here. If we read that file, we see that we have a list of names, including a bunch of potential users in this word list here. Okay, so we finished that step. Now we go back to the web page. So step 3 is we're going to brute force the login portal using WFuzz. So WFuzz is a program we can use to test a lot of different. It's a program we can use to test the security of web pages. One of the things that we can do with WFuzz is that we can test username and password combinations. So with your word list ready and the list of usernames from the team members page, it's time to test the login portal. We're going to use WFuzz to brute force the /login.php page. So what is WFuzz? WFuzz is a tool designed for brute forcing web applications. It can be used to find resources not linked directories servlets, scripts, etc. Brute force get and post parameters for checking different kinds of injections, for example, SQL, XSS, LDAP, and to brute force parameters such as user password and fuzzing. So we're provided with a command we can use with wfuzz. So we're going to copy that. But before we go over to the virtual machine and commence with the brute force attack, we're going to take a look at what each one of these things, each part of this command is doing. So the -z portion, file usernames.txt, is going to load the usernames list. The -z file passwords.txt portion of the command uses the password list that was generated by cool. Okay, the --hs, please enter the correct credentials, is going to hide responses containing the string please enter the correct credentials, which is the message displayed for wrong login attempts. The -u portion is going to specify the target URL, and the -d username equals fuzz and password equals fuzz2z provides the post data format where fuzz will be replaced by usernames and fuzz2z by passwords. The output above contains the word redacted since it contains the correct combination of username and password. Okay, so we're going to use the program ourselves. We're going to copy this command here, copy, and then we're going to go to our terminal and we're going to paste it in. Okay, so if we run this command by itself, we see that it runs through all of the combinations of the words in the two files that we gave it. It's going to use the usernames and the password list, and it's going to try each one of those username/password combinations until it runs out, basically. What we see here is that we can't identify anything. We can't identify which username-password combination is the correct one, except that what we can do is we can give more specific input to our wfuzz command by hiding a certain part of the results that come back to us. For example, all of these, which are probably incorrect username password combinations, come back with a code 200, C equals 200. So what we can do is we can hide all of the results that come back with the code 200. So we're going to use an additional flag, which is hide code HC, and then we're going to give the code that we don't want to see, which is 200. Okay, so we're going to hide all of these 200s so that the only thing that will come back is anything that is not 200. So we're going to run the command again, and it still comes back. Okay, that's not what we want to see, so we're going to Control-C to get out of this. This program can be a little bit, the output can be a little bit tricky. We're going to maximize this, and then we're going to try the command one more time. And I think that might solve the problem. Okay, so here we now see all the responses going by with the code 200, but when we find one that is not 200, it's going to appear. So this one is code 302, and when the program finishes running, it's going to highlight the one entry that was not code 200. So we can see here that this username combination, Isaias and happiness, is probably the one that we want. So we can go back to our web page here, and we can go to answering the questions below. So what is the correct username and password combination? Okay, so it's username and then colon, then password. So here it's going to be Isaias colon happiness, and then click submit, and that is the correct answer. And what is the flag? To get the flag, we can go back to the web page over here. We're going to minimize this. We're going to open up the Firefox browser. And then on the login page here, we're going to plug in Isaias as the username and happiness with the capital H as the password. And we're going to submit. Okay, and now we have access to the webmail over here. If we check these emails, and then we check the second email, we can see that here is a flag right here. So we can copy this flag here, copy it, and then go back to the TryHackMe webpage. And we can paste it in over here, click submit, and we've finished. All right, so let's take a look at our conclusion for today's task. So conclusion. Antarcticraft's unexpected breach highlighted the power of specialized brute force attacks. The swift and successful unauthorized access suggests that the attacker likely employed a unique context-specific word list, perhaps curated using tools like Cool. This tool can scan the company's public content to create a word list enriched with unique jargon and terminologies. The breach underscores the dual nature of such tools. While invaluable for security assessments, they can also be potent weapons when misused. For Antarcticrafts, this incident amplifies the significance of robust security measures and consistent awareness of potential threats. All right, so today we used the Cool program to create a unique word lists according to web page contents, and then we used the wfuzz to perform a password brute force attack using the word lists that were created by the Cool program. All right, so we're going to finish off this this task right here by clicking completed on the third question here. All right, well, thank you very much for tuning in to Advent of Cyber from TryHackMe, Day 4. This is the Shy Hat, and we'll be back tomorrow where we're going to be learning more beginner-friendly cybersecurity challenges with the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber event. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.